Signing up for a new Iowa program to benefit volunteer firefighters and ambulance team members.
That's right. The Length of Service Award program recognizes the dedication of emergency service volunteers. Now, this includes volunteer firefighters, volunteer emergency medical care providers, and reserve peace officers. Cities like Sioux Center that join the program can receive funds to do a dollar-for-dollar match up to $500 for local volunteer fire departments. It's tax-deferred income that firefighters can get their hands on after they leave or if they have a financial hardship during their service. The criteria is set by leaders within the Sioux Center Fire Department and Sioux Center Ambulance. It includes attending department meetings once a month, monthly trainings, and going on fire calls. It starts with a one-year probationary period before they can qualify. Now, if they do qualify after that, the city puts the money into these accounts, and the money has to stay in their account for 3 years before it can be withdrawn. Now, each firefighter fills out their own application for the program.
It doesn't go to the state. The state actually sends it. It actually goes into kind of a tax-deferred account. Kind of like an IRA type account is what it would be, a tax-deferred account for that member. Based on the initial criteria, we think there will probably be 25 to 30 firefighters, 5 to 10 that are currently on the ambulance team that would qualify based on the criteria.
In Iowa, the program has $1.5 million available for fiscal year 2026. This is an effort to try to enhance recruitment and keep people on departments they already are a part of.
And in Sioux Center, the effort has earned rave reviews from first responders. KTIV's Taylor Deckert has that.
In your 30-plus years of volunteering, how much have you been paid?
Zero.
Dave Punt has been a volunteer for the Sioux Center Fire Department for 38 years. He first learned about the new Length of Service Award program in December and wanted to bring it to Sioux Center.
That enticed us to try to get a little more active in that and see if we can have a better way to benefit our members.
Punt says it's harder to find people willing to volunteer their time.
We used to have all kinds of applications in the drawer for when we were looking for new firemen. We're hoping that this helps us get back to having plenty of applicants and that we can keep the members we have.
As the city grows, so does the number of calls for service.
We got 8,000 people who are depending on those volunteers. We like them to be ready to go and be active.
Right now there are about 44 volunteers on the department, 47 including the junior firefighters, but there's always room for more, and that's what this stipend is hoping to encourage.
Always room for more. I would like to see 50 on there if we could.
Punt and Van Hollen hope this encourages more people to step up and serve their community as veteran firefighters eventually step aside.
38 years ago, I had more spare time. It's busy. I mean, people have a lot of stuff going on, and it's hard to find people that have time to make those commitments.
Van Hollen loves to see volunteers engage in training, attending meetings, responding to accidents and scenes, and whatever else the job might hold in the future.
I was very enthused in the fact that what it is going to possibly do for our fire department, but also for the people and the constituents of Sioux Center.
In Sioux Center, Taylor Deckert, KTIV News 4.